It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detective Show. How are you, Adrian?
I'm fine. Thanks, Dave. You all right? Good evening, everyone. Oh, it rained today. It rained. It rained. It rained here so heavy this morning. Oh, God, it was lovely. And the ground, last weekend it rained a little bit. Went detecting on Saturday, and you could get the spade in about that much and then slowly dig a bit more. And this weekend it's going to be lush or now.
Did the ground go?
No, it went. No, it was sodden today. But this weekend I'm going to Joan Allen weekender on Sunday, so in Kent. So that's only just down the road for me. So it will be nice to dig.
Joan Allen, as in Joan Allen, where there's got to be a little bit of an announcement this weekend.
Well, I think there's already been the Manticore from Mine Lab, which everyone's no doubt seen floating around on Facebook and Book of Space.
Do you mean
the dragon?
The Manticore.
Yes, that's correct. The Manticore. I like that, Dave. That was very well done. That was. Hang on. Producer said you did that really well.
Man, that was so near perfectionly presentable, wasn't it?
Well, it was very good.
Won't happen again. Another 3 years.
No. Well, Michelle Myers, is it, marketing director of My Lab, is going to be there, and all the top people. So I would have thought they would. It would be lovely if they had a demo of it, but it might be early days because all these pictures we see, a lot of them are rendered. So, but yeah, I'm hoping it's there. Gary Cook reckons it's a Equinox and a CTX that's gone into a dark room and produced the Manticore. So is it going to be a CTX on par with a CTX? Is it going to be? It might be cheaper than.
Don't forget to send me pictures that it didn't happen.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, the ones in the dark room, nothing else.
Oh, right, yeah. So no, it's all go, isn't it? I mean, flipping it, you've had the Legend, you've had the Atrex, you've had the Deus 2, you've got the Manticore now. I just wish someone.
It's a mental month. It is officially. I think we'll call it August into September is officially mental month.
Well, I think Mind Lab are calling a Saturday, 7:00. They've got a thing called Mind Lab Madness or Mind Lab Manic Hour or something. So maybe that's when they're talking about it at Joan Allen. But I think there's tickets still available in Kent. Not in Kent, but for the detecting in Kent from Joan Allen. I think it's detectingevents@gmail.com or something like that, but you can go on Joan Allen website. But that'll be good. They're all going to be there.
You'll find it on the website, or you'll find it on their Facebook page, I'm sure.
That's interesting. Rob Random said retail £399.
It's Rob Random. Rob Random. He's random.
Cool. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? That'd really upset everyone. That'd really. No, they couldn't do it for £400. Surely not. Well. No. He's making it up. So I'll see Rob because I think Rob said he's going. So it'd be nice to catch up with Rob. Sorted out his Rodney Cook tickets this week, which have gone to Paul. What else? I spoke to Gary Cook today. Rodney Cook Memorial's all looking good. Sold out, as we all know. But the weather looks like it's going to be good for that. So, all good. You went detecting last week, didn't you?
Yes, I was with Shane Aldcroft, Staffordshire Searcher, Steve, Ron, and Ricardo Lees from Dig Life UK, and the boy, Archeo Boy. We spent the weekend at Midland Detecting Days in Leek in Staffordshire, and it was a great weekend, to be fair. Really enjoyed myself. Weather was beautiful. Very, very windy where we were sat in the marquee. The beer was fantastic. They had a Marston's Brewery, you were known down south.
Yes,
Marston's.
I do know Marston's.
No, Northern beer, mate. Proper beer. It's not that wishy-washy soap water you drink down
It's
there.
another one where they use our water. I've seen tankers, Marston tankers with water from Essex, yeah.
Well, the guy's van was one of them, and it's to die for. It was like they had a version of Beer and Moretti that wasn't Beer and Moretti, but it was dead nice. So yeah, great. Thank you to Tony Cummings for inviting us, and one of the admins coming on the show in a couple of weeks, Jenny Porter. So looking forward to speaking to Jenny all about it. TC was with us as well. TC, mate, hold on. No, he didn't find any buttons. Just throwing her out there. No buttons.
Discriminated them out. Must have done.
He
must have by now been able to.
However, in true Tony Kaywood form, he did win 4 times on the raffle. So he got a Mind Lab goodie bag, and then he got a Detectix goodie bag, and then they made him get me a Mind Lab goodie bag, and then Mason made him get him a Detectix goodie bag. So thank you for TC for weighing us in there. It was delightful. Some nice things.
Lovely.
Lots of nice things for the boy. I mean, all right, it's not much, but the boy's got his own solid plastic trowel now. You know what I mean?
Whilst field walking this week with the housing manager picked one of them up in the field, part of the green waste.
No way.
Plastic trowels, covered in like poop and that. I brought it home. I don't know what I've done with it, but they're quite handy, those plastic trowels.
I'd clean it up and give it to her as a prize, maybe. Also, tomorrow night sees another shit metal detecting program, no doubt, on
It's
Channel
tonight,
5. Is it tonight? I thought it was Friday, with Michaela Strachan.
Oh no, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
So it'll be like the detectorist and her. Maybe.
Hitman. Yeah.
Can't
That would
see
be
it
interesting
being
what it says.
Yeah.
It's just hope it puts the hobby in a good light, which I'm sure it will.
Yeah. Rodney Cook next week. We'll be live from Rodney Cook. Well, I will be live from Rodney Cook. You'll be at home still, will you? Thursday night?
Yes.
So you might have to do the show on your own because although there's Wi-Fi there, inevitably the Wi-Fi will not be getting me anywhere. So I'll be live so Luke will have to produce the show next week.
Who's on?
So lots of people who are at Rodney Cook. Anybody who's going to be grabbed and coming on the show. Gary Cook's already asked me to interview people there. So lots of people coming on from there for you to speak to. Detectable tickets still available. And, the other news this week, Digger Dawn had a channel kidnapped by Russian people and everything deleted. So if you are a watcher of Digger Dawn's videos, she has put out today that she's got access to the channel and they are YouTube are restoring her videos. So she will be back soon. So anyway, without further ado, shall we bring this nice lady on the show?
Yes.
And I could shut up then and you two can talk in your foreign accent. Good evening, Julie.
Hello.
Hi, Julie.
Good evening.
You all right?
I'm all right, thank you. You all right?
Yeah, good. Dave?
It's just like Greek to me, this.
Yeah, he doesn't understand it, does he? We'll start.
Subtitles, mate.
Yeah, he's lost it already. Because Julie, you live in my part of the woods, don't you? You're only half hour down the road, aren't you?
In Essex, absolutely.
Yeah, and Dave might struggle listening and understanding us for the show. So, but thanks for coming on.
He's a bit slow, Adrian.
Well, he is slow, and he also can't understand English and proper English.
What you speak is not proper English.
Dave just said what you speak is not proper English. So I just translate bits for you.
It be black and hairy and I be's afraid. Julie, please, could you introduce yourself for our viewers who don't know you?
I think most people probably know me, obviously, because I've been on the Facebook groups a long time and obviously with a YouTube channel, but my name is Julie Argent. I've been detecting, 11 years. The family have been detecting 12 years. And I've got a YouTube channel and just been around a long time.
That is interesting with the 11 years because there are so many new people in the hobby. So, like 10 years and over nowadays is like a lifetime. It's like OAP.
Feels like it as well, I mean, when we first started, like most people, and there weren't many women in the hobby, to be fair. When I actually started, there was only a couple. So everyone was very welcoming and warm and welcoming when we joined a club and stuff. And you just try and get permissions, and you literally go out as much as you possibly can. All your spare time is out there detecting. Whereas now you just kind of think, once a week's plenty. You kind of do it to death almost. You go out so much when you're a newbie because it's all brand new, and you just can't wait. Every spare minute of every day you're out there detecting. Whereas now we sort of go out once a week, probably, if that really. And the minute the ground's too hard anyway, it makes it slightly fussier. I'd prefer it to not be stubble, not really mountaineering, not hard, not raining, not hot. So I'm a bit of a fair weather detectorist lately.
You hit the nail on the head there, Julie. You're right, because I went to a beer festival last Saturday night, and there's a guy there who emailed me at Treasure Hunting Magazine.
That's why you were sending me them messages.
Did I send you messages? Anyway, he come up to me. He sent me an email. Said, "Oh, I want to start detecting and all that, and what machine, and oh God." And he was chatting away, and he said, "Oh, I love it, can't get out enough." And I'm thinking, yeah, and the passion when people first find out about the hobby, they get addicted. I'd say for the probably first 2 or 3 years, it's like get out as much as possible, and then you start realizing that when you do go out and the ground's rock hard and you can't dig more than an inch, you're getting good signals, and it's nothing but frustrating. You know, you could mark it where it is, but I would go out every day if I was retired, but like we all have things to do and families to look after. But I went once, twice a week for me, and a rally kills me now. Rodney Cook does, and Detectable, and Dave. We're doing the show on stage like a Detectable, weren't we, Dave? So you're doing all that sort of stuff. But it's nice though, because you sort of appreciate it more. The longer you've been doing it, you realise how lucky we were. Only saying before the show, weren't we? Lucky in Essex, we got some good permissions, good finds, and it's hopefully never going to go away. Well, might end up having to buy a license in a few years or something, or you could lose your permission. No, it might come, it might not. But
sorry. Tried to tag someone and left me sound on.
Julie, what's your YouTube channel, just so people know?
Argent Detectorist.
Argent Detectorist. And I noticed you said you've been detecting 11 years, but the family's been detecting 12. So what was it, that 12 months, that made you think, I don't want to sit out and doing the ironing watching Coronation Street? I want to do something.
Liam, when he was 10, had some birthday money, and he said, I want to buy a metal detector. And of course, me and Nick just literally pissed ourselves laughing at him, like, really? I mean, he'd always collected fossils up to that point, and then from progressing on from fossils, he started to sort of taking an interest in other things. So I bought him off of an auction site, a silver denarius, one Christmas. It was only like 25 quid. But I thought, he'll like that. Lo and behold, he saw that and thought, I would like to go out there and find some of that for myself. So he didn't tell us this until he got his birthday money and said, I want a detector. So Nick then researched and found him. There was a local chap who's he's died now, but it's an elderly man locally to us, who had a little shop. And he's really lovely, and sort of sold him an Ace 150 to sort of get him started and stuff. And obviously managed to get a permission, and the boys were just going out together. But then after a few, weeks or perhaps months, Nick said, well, I'm going out with you, I might as well be detecting myself. So Nick then bought himself a detector, and the pair of them were just going out every weekend and stuff. And I was just sort of sitting at home with our youngest daughter, just sort of sitting at home, just thinking, they'll go and do their time, we'll have our time. And that was that. And that particular weekend, it was about a year in, she was doing, I don't know what else, she was away somewhere, and I was sitting at home, and the boys were going out, and Nick had bought himself another better machine at that point. So I said, we've got a spare detector sitting there, I might come with you. So they were like, really? They laughed at me wanting to go. I said, no, I'm going to have a go. So that was it. The rest is history. I had a go, fell hooked straight away, like you do. And that's it. Ever since then, the three of us sort of go out detecting. We have taken our daughter out in the past as well, but she's really not into it at all. Bless her. She's just like, she's an outdoory kind of kid, because she was always in scouts, but never for detecting. She finds it boring.
How old is she?
Weird kids.
Now she's 19.
Yeah,
she's just got engaged, actually.
Oh, blimey.
Congratulations to your daughter who's just got engaged.
God, I bet that makes you feel old, doesn't it? Oh, God.
Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah, well done, Adrian. Well done, Adrian.
How it is. What was the machine did your husband buy out of interest? If your son had an Ace 150?
Well, he had an Ace 150, and then he bought a Cibola Tesoro. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, black and grey, black or grey, and he had 3 dials on it.
He got that with his 40th birthday money, and then he didn't like that so much. And then the next one he bought after that was a Hawkeye. So, and then Liam then adopted the Cibola, which left the Ace 150 just sitting in the garage. So I started on an Ace 150, Liam's machine.
I restarted on one of them. I've just got to butt in. Somebody, Facebook user in the comments, he said every 3 minutes or so for about the last 20 minutes.
Well,
I asked the Turkish guy in Epsom with the burger van what nokta meant, and he said it basically means pinpoint. I've just had to say it because he's put it on about 87 times now.
I did not know that.
And I'm also going to say hello to my friend the Minion from work. Hello, Emma. Because she added me on Facebook, so I've made her watch.
Oh, poor woman.
And in your first year, Julie, how did you compare to your husband and son in fines rate?
In my first year, I was really, really quite lucky. I mean, we started in roughly about August time, and then I reckon January 1st, I started finding some nice things. I found it's really daft. We went for a meal at New Year with friends, and you break open your fortune cookie. And my fortune cookie said, the next sunny day will bring you luck. And then we woke up on January 1st. It was a beautiful sunny day. So I said to Nick, right, we're going detecting. He was like, oh, really? So yeah, we're going detecting. And literally, we went out 2 days running, and I've got them here. You probably won't be able to see them. But on one day, I found an unidentified object, which obviously I now know. Where are we? There we are.
Hold on. Let's just do this.
Roman.
A Roman lock pin, which I didn't know what it was at the time.
A Roman what? Sorry.
It's as a lock pin. A Roman lock pin. I didn't know what it was at the time. I posted it up on Fudgy's group, and it got ID'd almost straight away as to what it was. It's like really early Roman. I found that one day, and then we went out again, and then I found here. Where are we? Oh, I can't get used to this camera. This is weird. I'm turning it the wrong way. There we go.
Oh, that's nice.
A denarius. It's not in focus, is it, very well? Severus Alexander. So yeah, I'd always wanted to find a Roman coin that you can just read the writing on. It didn't have to be silver, whatever, just to be able to read the writing. And then I found that. I actually cried. I was so happy. That literally is one of my moments I will never forget.
Oh, wow. And that was your first year in. Do you think,
that was 6 months in.
Do you think women are better detectorists than men?
Not really. I think we're about on par, really. You've got to walk over it, haven't you? And you've got to listen to you've got to learn your machine, know what you're listening to, and dig it up.
I just think women are more, got more, how can I put it? They're more tolerant. Yeah. Us, you see, I think
we get frustrated and kick off a little bit much.
Yeah, it's a bit
like when they get bang at it.
Yeah. Concentrate. If I'm going to do
again, Adrian, I'm trying to save you from doing like female things there with ironing and stuff.
I go slow. I don't run across fields. Men tend to run across fields. They want to, especially if you're out on a rally, they want to be the first to get to wherever you're going. Well, that's not the point.
Just to point out, I actually iron slowly, Adrian.
I do. I'm not allowed to do it because I do it too slow and spend too much time. But you're right there, Julie. I love one day. I went on a club dig, and there was lots of people in front with very expensive machines.
Yeah.
And I had the root assault 71, and I took my time, slowed down just behind them, and they were probably 200 yards ahead, like swinging in the air like they do, and pulled up, hammered. And then within the next sort of 100-foot silver sixpence. And you could see them like, it's when the roots had only been out for about 6 months. And you could see them like looking like that, looking at me, he's got that big like NHS stick, which is like, because it's in a grey. But yeah, you're right, people do. But I suppose it's a bit like going on holiday, isn't it, around the pool? People all sort of cram towards it. But yeah, it's...
I mean, the best one for that, though, is when Nick had the Hawkeye on a rally. It was... it's sort of Sawbridgeworth, I think, way. And he literally arrived late. It was his mum and dad's Ruby anniversary. He only had 6 hours of detecting because he had to make sure he was back in time for the party. So he got there late anyway, got out the car, dropped his phone in a puddle. So the day was just going bad. So him and Liam got there so late, they were walking across fields, and there were literally footprints absolutely everywhere. I mean, it had been, the first few fields had just been either walked across or detected across, but like trampled. But they detected across it anyway. And he got a faint signal, and it was a beautiful seal matrix, which is in the Bishop Stortford Museum.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it was he was quite new detecting then. He'd only been detecting like probably a year, maybe a year and a half. And he showed it to a very good friend of ours now, John Ald, who was at that dig and said, "Oh, have you found anything?" So Nick emptied his scrap bag out, and obviously there it was. And of course he thought it was just Victorian, modern sort of, took really. He didn't know what it was. And John Ald, he said he will never forget John Ald's expression. He was like, "Do you know what you've got there? Do you know what you've found? Oh my God, that's 4 figures." He's getting so excited. And Nick was like, "Oh my God, what have I found?" He honestly did not know what it was. And obviously put it through treasure. And yeah, it's in the Bishop Stortford Museum now, which is lovely.
I've got to show you a comment off Rob Random. Now, remember, Adrian, this is Rob Random. We do not condone anything that Rob Random actually says.
He's got a quote book there, hasn't he? Women have a natural ability to dig up the past.
Oh my God, that's so old. Getting
Come on, Rob. Come on, Rob. Get a better.
Try harder.
You're bringing the show down.
He's
we've
made
got
himself
a certain
happy.
high level of. No, we haven't, have we, Adrian?
No, we haven't.
It's got to try harder than that.
Yeah, he's got to try harder than that. So you go out. So your son's still detecting, is he?
Yeah,
Julie?
yeah.
And your husband, you all still do. And do you all go out together, or do you go out like
we do? We do go out together.
Yeah,
we're all going Rodney Cook, so we all see us there.
Oh yeah.
So who makes the picnic for when you all go out?
Oh, I make the picnics. Nick finds the good areas to detect in. I generally walk through his area and then get lucky. But by far the luckiest one out of all of us lately is Nick. He's so lucky.
What's he found lately?
One of the last things he found was a Saxon gold coin.
Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because when we left, he kind of said to himself, he actually said in the car, "I'm going to find gold today." On the car journey there, he said, "I'm going to find gold today." And we're like, yeah, whatever. Pulled up, got out of the car, walking onto a field. We were actually walking across a field and we saw some people in the distance and we thought, we won't go near where they are. We'll sort of hang back and start further down in the field. And yeah, he put his detector on and literally first signal as he's put it on was that coin. And yeah, and I actually said, he looked at me and was like, "Oh my God." So I hadn't even put my detector on, hadn't even got around to putting it on, and he found that. It was so insanely lucky.
It's you got to believe it. My wife, the times I found gold, she said to me, "Adrian, you're going to have a lucky day today." I'm like, "Yeah." And most of the time she says, have a nice day. But sometimes she says, "You're going to have a lucky day today." And the last time she said it was last year. She said, "You're going to find gold today." I'm like, yeah. Gold noble, full gold noble.
Does she say it like you Cockneys? Be lucky, like you Cockneys say it.
No, she says, "Have a wonderful day today and good luck and find gold."
No, she goes, "Be lucky."
No, she's got more of a twang.
Oi, be lucky. Like
no, Essex is more all right, boy. A bit like that.
I was Irish, mate.
No, people.
I
Essex.
know what they sound like.
It's the Essex originally was more yokel as opposed to air. It's people from London who moved.
I'm from London.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So nothing wrong with that. But well, yeah, you'd have a bit of trouble detecting in and around London. But I did detect. There's a graveyard near Mile End. It closed in 1965, and it's now a country park. And we were given, me and my mate, permission to detect, not in the graveyard, but around the outside. That was quite interesting. But what they call ranger of the country park, he said, "If you find a gun or a knife, just let me know." And I was like, "Oh yeah." He went, no. He said, "People find them all the time. The drug dealers hide them in there from the police."
Oh, yeah.
And he said it's just ridiculed with knives and guns. And we're like, "Oh really?" He said, "Yeah, last week the police found a Colt 45 and there's also stashes of drugs." And so yeah, it's quite interesting. But anyway, I digress. Julie, what machine are you using now?
Well, I've had a Deus for a very long time. Deus 1 for a very long time. And then I kind of diverted a little while when the Equinox come out. I was sort of fooled by height. No, it's not a good machine, but it just wasn't a machine for me. I did not get on with it at all. So I went back to my Deus and got a HF coil, and absolutely loved it. Brilliant machine. And obviously Deus 2 come out, and now I've got a Deus 2, which again is I trust it. I like it. I'm getting on with it. I've made a program for myself that I really get on with. I quite like. So to be honest, I'm just kind of using that really. And I know they're trying to get updates correct for it and stuff, because there's still a few issues. I mean, I've still hung back on version 6, but yeah, it works well. I found some lovely stuff with it in the time that I've had it. I found a real tiny fragment of a Celtic. I mean, literally, it's like the smallest fragment. I found my first ever skeet, which was on my bucket lister. I found my first ever ski, and I actually sadly did cry on that video, which has not been posted yet, but I'm actually blubbing on the video because I was so happy, because that is one I've wanted to find for so long. And Liam's found loads, Nick's found a few, and I'd never found one. I've even gridded their areas where they've come up and not found one, and then Liam will walk through and find one, and you're like, oh, for God's sake. So, he's called the Skeet Magnet, Liam. That's his nickname at home. So, found my first one. It's lovely. It's a nice one as well.
Don't you love the relationship she's got? She gives him nice nicknames like the Skeet Magnet. I just get called Fatty.
Skeet Magnet. I can't repeat on air what I call my son, but
I just get called Fatty.
Big love, Dave. That's what you're called. The Deus 2. Do you know what I like about it, Julie? I've got a Deus 1 and Deus 2. Is when it's pouring with, like, in January. I think it was January when it was like everywhere was sodden and wet. And Deus 2, it's just, you haven't got to worry about it getting wet, have you? And you just get covered in absolute. And that control box, I love that. It's all right. Some people moan it's still got the same connection thing, but it's that rubber casing and everything. And I didn't realise till the other day I got a scratch on my screen, and I thought, oh no, but it has got a built-in screen protector on it, which I never knew on my Deus 2, and so I just thought it's coming up. But I'm still getting used to it. It's
good. It is a good machine. The control box I found heavier than the original. It would have been nicer for it to have been the same weight or lighter.
I think that's probably the casing on it and stuff. But I mean, they're so light. Do you use the Deus 1 with the HF core more than the Deus 2, or you mix and match between the two?
Now I only really use my Deus 2 because I've it's strange because I never thought I would like the square tones, because they're a cross between a Deus and a Minelab, but the tones that are similar to on the Deus 2 that are meant to be the same as the Deus 1, like the normal tones you hear, they sound a bit graunchy. They don't sound quite right.
Or scratchy.
Whereas a square is a bit softer, a bit more girly sound, a bit softer, and I like those. So I quite like the square tones, full tone square tones, and I've made up a kind of like a hot program on it. And I've been getting on brilliantly with it. It's not the deepest in the world, but I don't really want to dig. As you know, in Essex, you dig deep, you're in clay. So it's not worth digging like mega, mega deep. I just want to find, if it's there and it's small, I'll find it. And the program that I've made up, it does exactly that. So
have you noticed tonight, Adrian, Julie's give us so many triggers to where we'd normally misbehave, and we haven't.
I haven't mentioned...
What did I say?
I'm not saying anything, but you just keep giving us triggers where we'd normally react, and tonight we're being polite.
We can use double entendres based on parts of a metal detector, but we haven't used it. But that's because the shaft on the Deus is a standard shaft and not interchangeable, really. So,
you got to like a strong shaft.
That's a show taken off YouTube tonight.
I'll get me coat.
Yeah. But yes, where was I talking about shafts?
I've made you both blush.
Oh dear.
It was the depth that I was thinking of, to be honest. She hadn't mentioned shaft at that point when she started going on about depth.
Well, I think the thing about the Deus is it's got a strong shaft and it's not too girthy. It's not, it's
And you got to choose between a 9-inch, 11, or a 13, haven't you? Really?
Yeah. What is your coil of choice? Your HF?
Like
9.
Like
9-inch.
like that 12-inch.
Yeah.
9 inches is perfectly good.
especially with the stubble at the moment. So yeah.
I hate that. I hate stubble bashing.
This year, me and
no,
my
you
mate.
said stubble.
Oh, God. This year, you noticed it's a little bit higher.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And it's because the farmers were worried about clipping the flint, because we have a lot of flint,
spark.
don't we? Creating a spark.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you do get the odd bit where it's like that, and you're like, yes, get over it. Out of interest, what shovel spade do you use? Because our ground's hard, isn't it?
Mine's not the greatest. I've just got one from a local garden centre, Kent and Stowe, the brand, but it's one that's the right length so I don't fall over, because I've got not the best balance in the world. So I've got one I use as like a walking aid, if you like. But it's 40% lighter. It's 40% lighter than your average shovel, so it's quite. I could carry it all day and not get a sore shoulder or arm or that. But it's not I had it sort of cut to a point. My brother-in-law cut it to a point for me, so it's a little bit sharper, but it's not the greatest. But it does me.
We've got shovels like that, haven't we, Adrian?
Yeah. Although I've got I took, because God, get your words
Spit it out, mate.
Not last weekend, the weekend before, I went out and it was like rock hard. And I'd got out 6:30 in the morning. I thought maybe there's a little bit of moisture in the ground. And I went out, didn't find that much. But I took out my Predator stainless steel one, like the really expensive red and blue handled one.
Yeah.
Bent the stainless steel. And it's like that thick. And I bent it. And I was like,
so you've got a bent Predator?
Yeah, which I bent back, and because it's stainless steel, I don't know, it might snap, or I don't know.
Yeah, you've weakened that now. You can't use that now.
Well, I took it out last weekend and it was all right, but the ground's a bit softer. So, but yeah, I've got a McGrafter.
Get a bit of weld on it.
Well, I got a McGrafter as well. Which, have you heard of McGrafter, Julie?
No.
No. They're carbon fibre shaft.
Lighter.
Well, they're the lightest. They're ridiculously light. They're made.
I'll introduce you to mine at RCM.
Yeah.
Spade.
I might
shovel.
steal it though.
It's not cheap.
I'll tell you what. If you come and get it on Saturday, you can lend it and have a play with it, and you can see what it's all about. Nice like that.
Lighter than mine. If it's the same weight or lighter than mine, then 100% that sounds like a deal.
It's lighter and it extends to shoulder height.
No, not shoulder. about sort of breast height.
Julie,
it's get it up, Dave. Go on, get it up. Go on, get it up.
Oh, mate, there's just so many of these double entendres tonight.
Oh,
it's just,
sorry.
I'm trying not to react.
You said Julie can come and play with it if you're not using it.
But, mate, she's a lady.
Yeah, it's basically a carbon fibre shaft and a metal shovel bit, but it's.
Has it got serrated edges though, or not?
Yeah. It's British as well, but it weighs.
Quite nice.
I think it's less than a kilogram, isn't it, Dave? Not a kilogram.
You're gonna have to bear with me on that. It's say on the products, won't it? What the weight?
I think it's out of stock at the moment. Yes,
go
on blog. Oh no, I think I'm on there. Yeah. Oh, this Chris addicted to bleeps.
There he is.
Look at the shaft. But yeah. So yeah, but we're not here to talk about that. So your husband and son, are they using Diasis as well?
Yes, they are. Yeah, husband's got he's got the HF coil as well, which he absolutely loves. I mean, he used to have a 9 and an 11 that he used. Well, his 11 was really his go-to, the original 11-inch one. But he's found. Stop laughing. He's found loads, absolutely loads. I mean, like, he's really lucky with that coil. And then for his 50th, we got a HF coil, and he loves it because the weight obviously is so much better because he's getting on a bit in years. He finds it very heavy, the 11 now, and it kind of hurts his arm and shoulder if it's like a long day. So whereas now he can swing the HF all day and he's absolutely fine. Liam uses the X35 11-inch. He prefers the 11-inch one, so he's got the X35, and again, absolutely loves it. Yeah, we've got the whole between us. We've got everything. We've got the HF, the X35, and the DAS 2 every time we go out.
So Christmas in your house and birthdays is quite easy. Your daughter must just sit there going, "Oh God."
She does pretty much, yeah.
But it's good, isn't it? When you've got a hobby like this and the whole family, it must be lovely. Just like,
it is lovely.
Yeah.
It is. Because the thing is, when you go out and if you do go out on your own and you do find something nice, you know, it's not as good because you can't share it with everyone. Whereas if you've literally found something nice, you can call them over and straight away they're there filming it, they're sharing the moment with you, you're cleaning it with them, watching, getting as excited watching it as you are. You know, it's lovely. As a family, it's lovely.
Yeah.
It is. It's good.
2.5 pounds.
Is that what it weighs?
Yeah.
That's light.
That's heavy.
No, that's light.
That's
heavy.
No, that's not 2.5 pounds. It's not 2.5 pounds.
Lightweight, only 2.5 pounds.
No, it's lighter than that. It's honestly,
actually that's 2.5 bags of sugar. So yeah, it's very much lighter than that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's heavy.
You can lift it up with your tongue.
Depends how strong
you could, Dave, couldn't you? Have you got it there?
No, it's in the car, but I actually do work my tongue out. So
you're always talking. I'm not surprised you've got a strong tongue.
Whoa! Sorry, it weighs just over 1 kilogram.
Yeah,
1 kilogram, which is
about 2.5 pounds.
No, it doesn't weigh that much. It's ridiculously light. I know. I've had enough space. Anyway, move on. Talk about space all night. Yeah, Facebook user 2.2 pounds is 1 kilogram.
2.2 pounds. See, 2.5 pounds.
Well, I'm going to compare it after to the one that I use.
We'll have Adrian. Shuffle off.
Thanks for doing that for me, man.
That's an Essex thing. Yes. If Julie, just got a question from Rob Random. If you could go detecting with anyone, alive or dead, who would it be?
That is the most sensible question or thing he's ever said in his life.
I'm trying to think what the catch is.
Well, there's one particular person who I like, who I know is a detectorist from a few years ago, is a singer who not many people like, but I quite like him, which is Robbie Williams. I found out he's a detectorist. So I'd go out with Robbie Williams detecting any day of the week.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yes, he tried it. He has. We invited him onto the show quite a while ago, but it was never got back to because mind you, we only bloody from 5 miles down the road from me.
Is he? Well, go round his house tonight.
Go round his mum's. Go round his mum's on the way to work tomorrow.
Yeah,
he's a big Port
Vale from the Rodney Cook. He's quite close to Rodney Cook area. Right. We stayed in the hotel where he goes. Sorry, last year we stayed. The last time I went Rodney Cook, we stayed in a pub, and that's his local that he goes drinking in, and he lives just up the road in that little village. The last time we went there, so yeah, he's I'd probably detect Robbie Williams.
He's from Burslem, which is one of the towns that make up Stoke.
Well, Robbie Williams, if you're watching and you want to do something good for charity and you're not busy next weekend, pop along to Rodney Cook. There's a stage there. There's a PA and a microphone, and he can do a little bit of a sing along with Gary Cook, can't he? That'd be quite nice.
Have you seen the lineup? Have you seen the lineup for the Comedy Store?
Yes, I have.
Do that thing with your fingers again.
Have you got it to show people?
I will have in a minute.
No.
Carry on between yourselves.
Sorry. Do you know who's the lineup for the Rodney Cook, Julie? The comedy.
Not without looking at my phone. No, I saw it.
I'll get
some people
Cool.
might.
Who's Rodney Cool?
Oh, he's Gary's.
Actually, somebody called Rodney Cool.
Yes. So there's Gary. I think realised that on the Saturday night, or is it? I can't remember what night it is. Everyone just gets drunk and like doesn't want to dance because we're all old, a lot of us. And he mentioned to me a while back about comedians, and I thought, yeah, brilliant idea. I mean, these are top people. Look, well,
Angelos. Oh God, here we go. One of them names, Angelos Epithemia.
Yeah, he talks like that. He's very much like. So you've got him, and you've got the people. He was on Shooting Stars with Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer, and then you got he's creating another fake account.
Rob Deacon, Andrew White, and him.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting because I think they're going to probably mock us as a hobby. So it's going to be quite
likely.
Yeah, but it will be funny.
Just throw Rob Random at them.
Yeah, so that's very good. And are you going the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Julie?
Yeah.
Yeah, tent you're staying in a hotel, aren't you?
Staying in a pub.
You're staying in a pub, yeah.
You've got to stay in a pub. You get some decent booze and decent food and a bed.
Well,
and a shower.
Yeah. And a shower.
Yeah, that's what I miss.
Yeah, Adrian's shower at the Spring Detectable last year was probably the best shower I've ever seen. I can actually show photographs, Adrian.
You can if you want. I haven't got any underwear on.
Can I?
Yeah, you can show it if you want.
Bear with me.
Yeah, me and my friend Julie, we found a hotel which was £32 a night, which I thought was quite good value. And we got there, and the only person there was a Chinese man in a suit who was about 12, eating bowls of cereal, who didn't speak any English. And the home, I think, had been converted from a care home probably a week before. So we had a lot of interesting. He's going to get it up now, isn't he, on the screen?
Oh yes. Just keep talking. I'll get there.
But
it to myself
because all the hotels sell out around there really quickly, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So, and of course, no one knows the actual location until if you bought a Rodney. Oh, this is important. How did I forget this? If you bought a Rodney Cook Memorial ticket, you would have got an email with your PDF on it and QR code, which you've got to print off or put on your phone. Otherwise, you won't get in, and you can't photocopy it because people won't let you in. Everyone's getting an email tomorrow at 7:30. Oh God, look at those legs. Looks like a turkey. That was my shower room, which was very big. Well, it was my mate's actually. My mate James, Dave. That's enough. I've got a bad that.
Care home shower, 100%.
I know that was my mate's bedroom. I didn't shower in his room. I slept in his bed with him, but I didn't shower in his room. But yeah, so tomorrow morning, if you bought a Rodney Cook Memorial ticket, you will get an email at about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and that will have all about the event. It will have a PDF with the timings, who's there, what's going on, and also directions to the event, what 3 words, and Google Maps, and also the gator route as well. Because the one thing I love about Rodney Cook, apart from all the money it makes, is the ability to get on the buggies and go to field this, that, and the other. Yeah. And that is
amazing.
Yeah. Unlike my mate James, Dave, how many miles did he walk? Was it 7 miles, James, to that field?
Something like that, 7 or 8 miles.
And he got back at 8 o'clock at night. That was so funny.
And then you both woke up in a ditch.
Yeah. Well, not together. I stumbled because the pavements weren't very good around there and it was dark.
Pavements? There were pavements?
No, there weren't. And in Essex, we have a pavement, whereas that area...
A lot of potholes in Essex.
Yeah, massive potholes. Yeah. Worst in the country, I think.
They are. They really are. Yeah.
So how do you fit in detective? Do you have a job, Julie, or...?
I work at Boots. I work in Boots, the chemist. There's a mother care section in some of the stores, and I work selling pushchairs and prams and stuff to pregnant women.
Ah, and men?
And men. Well, you know.
Pregnant men. We're all very PC and what have you, but...
Yeah, no, have to be, because you do get... Men have babies now, don't you?
You do, but mostly it's the mums. They come in and see what they want, and then the dads come in and go, it's got 4 wheels, goes from A to B, just get what you want. That's how it usually works.
They're dear though, aren't they? Because I remember my kids are like 18 and 22 now, or whatever.
Similar age to mine, then, yeah.
Yeah, they're about like 300 or 400 quid then, and that was a lot of money. What's the average price for a buggy now, or trolley, or whatever you call it?
Well, I mean, it depends what brand you want. If you just want to get a mother care one, you can get one for 300 quid, and that includes a car seat. So actually, not that bad. If you want to go up to a brand name, Silver Cross is still around, Mamas and Papas. There's a new one called Eye Candy. You're looking at about £1,000.
I tell you what's dead dear, Adrian. Venison.
What? Venison? I'm all right about. No wonder you don't kids making go-karts anymore.
Dead deer.
Oh, dead deer. Venison's dead deer. He sent me this the other day. Sorry, £1,000 for a buggy.
Venison is dead deer. There's a tumbleweed going across like the screen.
I tickled myself. Not literally, obviously.
Did you now?
She can come again. We like her.
Yeah. Dave, Essex on a plate. Julie, what do your friends at work think of you detecting, or don't they know? Do you keep it a secret?
No, they know. I've told them all. A couple of them have watched the YouTube channel, and they love it. They're interested, especially when I find something new and I go in and tell them. You know, I don't go on and on about it like you sometimes do, but they know what I do. So, but yeah, when I find something new, I send them pictures, and they're fascinated.
And you detect around where you live, don't you? The Essex.
Yeah,
area.
I mean, we some of our permissions are closer, some of them are like an hour's drive away. But you just sort of, depend on the weather and how early you get up as to which ones you go and do, or which ones are available. Obviously, the ones you're going to have a winter, you tend to obviously leave till last. I mean, we got quite lucky just before harvest. One of the fields that we had one field left. Where it was seeded. There's not many farmers that let us in Essex go on seeded, actually. There's literally one. And he lets us go on seeded. The crop wasn't very long, and it was the last field we had left. A field that we had neglected because we did it once. It was trashy, so we never really went on it very much. But when there was other stuff available, we just went on other stuff because we knew it was quite dead. Liam went on it on his own one day and found a couple of skeets. On it, and obviously knowing how much I want to find a skeet, I thought, well, I'm going to go and hit that field myself. Nick was working that weekend, so he never went either day anyway. So I went on my own, and obviously I didn't even get over to where Liam had found his. I just walked into the field and I'd found my first ever skeet. So it was amazing. So now that whole field now is the potential. We cannot wait to get back on that field. And then another day we went back, the three of us. I found hammered, and Nick found a hammered as well. So it's now open our eyes. Never neglect your dead fields because you just do not know actually what's on them. So we've had that field probably 5 years and gone on it once at the beginning, and we've not been on it since. It's shocking. So yeah, it just shows if you've only got one field left and you concentrate on it, what you can actually find.
Mm.
Julie's just reminded me of another brilliant joke, Adrian. I had a donkey jacket. It had 9 buttons, but I could only fasten 8. Ha.
No.
Gary Cook's trying to trick us here. Now I know what he's like. He's a bit of a joker, a bit of a jest, a bit of Mr. Timothy Claypole. Ask Julie to tell the story of the wet day with me. Now that sounds a bit wrong if you ask me. Julie's face, he's not to be trusted at all. So I don't know if you wish to answer that, Julie.
He's actually being genuine. We went up there, spent a weekend up there with Gary, because he knows how much I want to find a fully enamel Roman brooch. It is literally the top of my bucket list over even a gold noble. I really want to find a fully enamel Roman brooch, and knowing he's got some obviously good Roman land, and obviously where he finds enamel brooches and stuff, he invited us up there for a weekend. I think Liam might be working that way. I can't remember what Liam was doing. So me and Nick went up there, and oh my God, I don't think I've ever detected in the rain on that Saturday as bad as it was that day. I mean, even our pointers stopped working my earphones. I had WS4, so that was with my HF coil then. My WS5 started playing up because they got water in them. My pinpointer didn't work properly because it got water inside it. I mean, we were literally drenched to the bone. All our shoes were our waterproof boots were soaking wet because obviously it run down your ankles into the boots. We couldn't have been more wet that day. They didn't even dry out. We was detecting on the Sunday, walking around in soggy boots and it was lovely Sunday as well. But the Saturday, I've never seen rain like it. And that was the day we went on Cookie's Land. So, and I still didn't find an enamel brooch, but I did find a denarius and a little top of a ring that had a bit of enameling on it, a brooch, and Nick had a couple of brooches. So we found a few things, but I still didn't get my fully enamel Roman brooch. That's still on the bucket list.
Oh, yeah.
I've just spotted someone in the chat I have to say hello to because I've not seen him for a while. Global Detection Advances, Lance Goolsby. Hello, my friend over in Germany. I hope you are well.
And he said it's a lovely show. That's very nice of you, Lance. Thank you very much.
I know, yeah, he's very nice, Lance. Very nice.
Yeah.
Lance with Global Detecting Adventures was like a precursor to the Big Detecting Show. We were doing some things with him before we started doing the Big Detecting Show. Lance is love you, Lance.
Lovely, very nice. Julie, are you going out this weekend?
This weekend, no. I'm working Saturday, 12 till 9. Unfortunately, I did inquire into going to Joan Allen. I spoke to Luke on the phone because we hadn't bought tickets. I wasn't sure. Obviously, we don't know until nearer the time what we're doing. But Liam's not been particularly well, where he had COVID and he's still suffering a little bit. So I don't think he could go anyway. He's not very well at the minute anyway. He's still hit and miss if he's going to be able to make Rodney cook because he's a bit poorly.
Come and sit on the Big Detecting Show, Archaeology Metal Detecting Magazine stall with me all weekend if he wants.
He might have to.
Bring him, sit him with me.
An hour or 2 hours at a time, that would be enough.
Sit him with me and he can share my cake.
Oh, but no, bless Luke. He did say if I wanted to go on a one-dayer, I could just phone him and he'd let me go, which is like Luke's a good one. He did say I could go if I wanted to, but I don't want to go on my own. And obviously, I don't think Liam's going to be well enough to go. Nick's working, so he won't be going. But no, it's nice of him to offer because that looks like, again, it's going to be a really good dig.
Yeah, definitely.
Well.
It's just going to be
crazy. You're there Sunday, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going there Sunday. I'll be on the treasure hunting stand, and I'm looking forward to catching up with some people. It's like it's a lot of land. Is it 1,000 acres? I think, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
It's a lot of land, and then they've got mine lab.
It's cultivated as well, isn't it? So it should be quite easy digging.
Well, especially the rain we had today.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a lot.
Rain. Our garden was flooded.
Yeah, I mean, I had a bucket out the back, and it probably had about that much in it. So, it'll be good this weekend. I think it's going to be warm tomorrow, and then it's going to be a bit cloudy Saturday and Sunday. So
I tell you what, the weather for Rodney Cook is scorchio, 21, 22 degrees and sun for the whole 4 days.
No.
It always is. It always is.
It is. And Detectable, looking exactly the same for Detectable.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of, come October. Well, I'll go on holiday on the 25th, so it's perfect. It all gets it out of the way. But going to be absolutely caned over the next few weeks, month.
Yeah.
It's all detective mungus, isn't it? So
it is.
But sorry?
No, I said it is like that, isn't it, for the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. Sorry, I thought Dave said something. Did you say something, Dave?
I might have trumped or something. I don't know.
No,
I didn't say anything. I didn't really, Julie. Didn't really.
My dog's looking at me mad because I'm talking to myself. I think it thinks something's not right. But Julie, are you going to detecting? Detecting? Are you going to Detectable this year?
Well, I work on Saturdays. It just so happens to be my weekend off at the Rodney Cook. So it fell in a perfect weekend. That's my weekend off. But so the following weekend I'll be working on the Saturday. So if we go, it would just be on the Sunday. We always get invited, as obviously Harry from Searcher, she always invites us along as a guest. So if we wanted to go, we could probably go for a day on maybe the Sunday. It's a different location, isn't it, to last year?
Yes. Yeah, Cambridge Suffolk border.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not. It's like hour and a half for us. So
Yeah, it's
how
not
long?
far.
How long is it for you, Dave?
Sorry, mate.
It's 2 miles, is it, Dave?
I think it's
miles.
about 3 hours, 5 minutes, but I'll do it in about 2, I reckon.
Yeah, you will in your Porsche.
No.
So,
I'm renting a van for the weekend, don't you know?
oh, you
well,
are,
for the
aren't you?
week. I'm renting it from next Thursday morning through to the Monday after Detectable.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That's a good idea, actually.
Ooh.
It is a good
Sorry.
idea, but they're so expensive vans to rent. I don't know.
Are they?
To be honest,
Well-
Adrian, I was quite shocked at all the prices that I was getting quoted from all these companies throughout the Northwest. And there's a little garage at the end of my road, bottom of the hill by our house. And it's £504 for 12 days, which that's cheap, honestly. If you look at the prices, I was quoted in some respects over £1,000 for a van.
What the hell?
And it's
That's
long wheelbase LDV.
You could get Mama's and Papa's buggy for that.
Oh, mate, yeah, you could. Think of that.
Blimey.
So, young Mr. Holdcroft and Steve will be jumping in with me to travel down to Rodney Cook, and then I'll probably just pick people up on the way coming to Detectable because I'll be on my lonesome dove. Audio books all the way.
And you all sleeping in the van together?
No,
I
just me.
don't want to know that information. That
Steve's
sounds a
in
bit X-rated.
Steve and Shane are in Shane's tent, and Steve's bringing his bivvy as well, just in case.
Right. Oh, yeah, because you had a bit of trouble last year, didn't you, with pineapple rum? I remember very well. I might have the video somewhere. But yeah.
Sounds nice. Pineapple rum. Lovely.
See, told you we like her. Told you we like her. This year, Adrian, it's apple corn, remember?
Not, Julie, not on the Sunday when you got some bloke burping it over you all day.
It wasn't just that. There was a lot of Polish moonshine as well in my blood.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Just say Gary Cook said that they've had a lot of rain. There's 1,200 acres and it's deep, cultivated and flat, which is very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Very. Looking forward to it, Gary.
Jeffrey Archer, has just asked, Christ, we have them all on the show, don't we? Can people stay on the Sunday night and leave on Monday? I'm not. Yeah, they can.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think they can.
I think it ends on Sunday, doesn't it?
Yeah, Sunday, 4 o'clock. I recall.
Yeah.
I've got the actually
itinerary.
Yes, I could share it, but Gary might tell me off. I don't know. Sunday.
Sunday 5 p.m.
Sunday 6 p.m. It's got to be cleared.
5 p.m.
Yeah, so 6 p.m. Everyone's got to be gone.
5 p.m. Cookie saying
5 p.m. Gary, it says on the thing at 6 p.m. The site. Oh, it needs to be cleared and closes by 6 p.m. So yeah, maybe Gary, should we change that? Oh, right, okay.
And we did like your last book, Mr. Archer, as well.
Yes. So no, off-field Sunday by 5 or 6 o'clock. I think we'll change that to 6 because the program says 5. Change that to 5 because the program says 6. Oh no, Gary said 6 now. Oh, it's like a raffle, isn't it? Talking of raffle, should we spin that wheel, Dave?
Talking of raffle, we have prizes lined up for our return with Diggers Dips.
Oh, I didn't even know.
What do you mean? Oh, you had the bloody conversation with the man.
Who did?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Chat conversation, and I didn't realise there was messages there, and you had the conversation with him and sent him the bloody logo. 1, 2, 3.
Not Diggers Dips, Monarch's Designs. Diggers Dips, Monarch Designs.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing the competitions via Diggers Dips. 1, 2, 3.
Didn't know about Diggers Dips. I knew about Monarch Designs. What that every guest's going to get.
1, 2, 3 in your back.
I'm confused.
I'll speak.
I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Anyway,
don't worry about it. It happens every week.
I know.
I've just changed the things, and it's your picture in the toilet up again.
It's a sort of thing you leave on your computer.
I've just switched over screens, and I hadn't realised it's in there because I'm doing what you've just asked me to do.
Detecting ends at 5 p.m. Right.
Spin the coil.
Right. Have you seen this, Julie?
What?
This random. It's a bit.
This has never ever been done on every other TV program. Anything in the world have never ever done, because we're so that far ahead of everybody with what we do here. We're the pinnacle of.
It's detecting questions, which we ask. If you want to play it on your own with your family, because they all like metal detecting, go to the bigdetectingshow.com website and you click spin the wheel. Or you can leave a voice message.
Spin the wheel?
Stuff.
Spin the wheel?
Spin the coil.
And there is spin the coil.
I can't see it.
Can't you?
I can't see it.
Oh, that's because I haven't pressed that. That's why.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Right.
And we have updated questions, don't you know?
Yes. And basically, the way this works, Julie, for every question you get right, we give you a shoe, and every question you get wrong, you give us £50.
Or a mother care buggy.
Oh, mother care. No, it's just random detecting questions, which we ask guests on the show.
So the first question on Spin the Coil is, what is your scariest detect?
Mine?
Yeah.
I haven't really done anything scary.
Well, you said you went detecting with Gary.
Could you quantify that?
I've got no scary stories detecting, none.
Have you never dug anything up and thought, oh, I feel something, or
fell in a
man? There's a man in that bush.
No, Nick is going to kill me for telling this story.
Do it.
How long is this show?
We've got another 20 minutes.
Huh?
We've got another 20 minutes.
How long we got? Okay, when Nick first started detecting, and I hadn't started, him and Liam went detecting on Mersey Island, and we were there as a family holiday. I was sunbathing on the beach with his mum and the kids, and obviously Liam was detecting with Nick. And then his dad came over and said they've found a bomb. They've found a bomb, right? He said, I know exactly what I'm looking at, because obviously being the age that he was, he saw a bomb as a child, obviously, you know, in like war times and stuff. He said, and I know what one looks like, and they found a bomb. So anyway, they come back over and say, I said, what have you done? They said, oh, we've just filled it back in again. I said, well, you can't do that because there's bloody kids playing. You know, you're going to have to report it. No. Nick said it weren't a bomb. It was just bloody bit of old can or metal or whatever. Anyway, he filled it back in, and that was that. The next day, or the next couple of days later, and I was back at work, I've decided in all my wisdom to phone the non-emergency police and say, I think my husband might have found a bomb in Mersey Beach. It went crazy. Nick was off playing golf that day with a mate and had his phone off, and I was getting phone calls back from the actual bomb squad saying exactly where was this found. We need to get hold of your husband. We need to find the exact location of this bomb. It went mental, and literally by the time they managed to get hold of him, it was getting dark. They'd closed the beach all day trying to locate his bomb, and I told them where Nick had said it was, but they couldn't find it. So Nick had to then drive up there, and they said, if you don't come up tonight, we're going to arrest you for wasting police time. And it was madness. He went up there, and he said it wasn't even a bloody bomb. It was my wife that made the phone call. It was just an exhaust pipe or a tin can or something. It wasn't even a bomb. And in the end, they just sort of closed it down and said, oh, it was just a mistaken ID'd object. But Nick's never let me forget it, because he literally had to drive all the way up to Mersey after playing golf. And I went on a girls' night out that night. I went out, and he was up there trying to find a bomb.
One question I've got from that is, did his dad say, we're always in the war? Like that.
Well, do you know what? As a kid, right, they used to have bragging rights over things, and he actually did take a bomb off of a crashed plane, took it home, put it under his bed, and it stayed there for about 8 years, like before he actually thought, I better take this somewhere. He took it to the police station. Now, bearing in mind his dad is 84, 85. He took it to a police station where, of course, and he said, I think I've got I better hand this bomb in. And they sort of clipped him around the ear and said, don't be so stupid, boy. Looked in the bag and had to evacuate the whole premises, all the local houses, because it was a live bomb that he had under his bed for 8 years.
Machine
so
gunner.
He knew what one looked like.
I was thinking machine gunners as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, bombs do turn up at Mersey Beach all the time. That's why, obviously, they took it so seriously.
Yeah. No,
Adrian,
definitely.
I'm going to have to watch the machine gunners on YouTube now.
Yeah.
So it will never, ever, ever let me forget that one.
Oh, that's a classic one. And there's some family with kids on holiday who've spent all day in a hotel because they're not allowed on the beach.
No.
Adrian, being weird, would like to know what shampoo do you use? Thanks, Adrian, for throwing that one in.
Not Fozine, is it?
Is that for you, Dave?
Yes, Dave.
I just use any whatever's there. Just generally Dove, I think.
Femme Fresh.
What's that? I thought that was like a cheese.
You can say non-branded. You can say built-in conditioner.
I'm just trying to think of the name of the one that I use. Oh God, I can't even remember the name of the one that I use. It's not no, it's not LV. I actually
I thought
can't
you were
even
going to say
remember.
LP.
Sunsilk.
He's got his own brand of shampoo.
It is a branded one, and I think it's a L'Oreal one, but I actually can't even remember. I've used the same one for so long. I just pick it up. I don't even know what it's called.
You were right.
She's gonna go for a shower later and have a look what it's called now.
Right. You're right, Dave. You did say it looks like she uses L'Oreal. So
I did, actually. Yeah.
You got that one. Yeah.
So I win a shoe. Adrian, man.
You're not vegetarian, are you, Julie?
No.
Because we had someone who was vegetarian, and that got confusing. So this is a detecting meat snack. So it could be pepperami, Scotch egg, pork pie,
none of the above. Sausage rolls. I'm a kind of Greg's sausage roll kind of girl.
Yeah.
Or Baker's oven kind of sausage roll. Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
It's got to be the ones you cook yourself, though. You can't buy the ones that are cooked and chilled, because they're vile. They've got to be freshly cooked, nice ones. Nice.
Iceland do Greg's sausage rolls frozen, and they're very good.
They are very nice.
Them. Yeah.
See, I've got a bit of a horror story for that. See, my cousin's wedding, they used all Iceland food as their sort of, their catering, because they were trying to save money. And Nick was the unfortunate person to eat an Iceland sausage roll. I don't know if it was a Greg's one or not, just an Iceland one. And he had a thumbnail in his sausage roll, a whole man's thumbnail in his sausage roll.
It was probably a pig's.
No, I don't know. It was looked human, like a proper rounded end of a thumbnail.
The pig's ones taste a bit salty, whereas the human ones are quite bitter. I found. So yeah.
It was definitely human, and it made everyone on the table gag, and no one ate anything else after that.
I think it's making most of the people watching gag as well.
Nothing wrong with Iceland, though.
What sort of question are we going to get now that's going to put us in a position that we could get thrown off the air, Adrian?
It'll be a sensible one.
You're going to get honest answers.
Have you encountered green waste?
Yes.
Recently?
Well, there was a dig that we went on a few years ago where there was really bad green waste. You could just see it lying all over the ground. It was awful. But that same land happened to be really productive as well. So I found a really nice Roman coin that day, and I think Liam found some sort of it was $1, but not American dollar. I can't remember what one it was, but it was, there was stuff there, but you had to get in amongst the green waste. But equally, one of our farmers, unfortunately, has started using it. And as much as we've really moaned at him, it's already contaminated some of our better fields, unfortunately. Sad, but...
It does happen. It does happen.
Yeah.
Sadly. Right.
Toxic stuff. Are these questions people have asked me, or is this just your random wheel?
This is
no. Everyone sent a message in. We had over 4,000 emails with questions.
Really?
Now this is This is if you
what
could
colour if you could choose. What's up? Why are your questions so?
No,
I don't understand it.
Julie, if you could, if let's say,
if you could choose a black bag, what colour would you choose?
Because you don't. All detectors are black, grey. They're quite bland.
Orange.
Yeah.
Someone said you can have a detector,
yellow,
right? Any colour, the whole thing. So let's say XP said we're making you one specifically for you. What colour would you like? White, pink with glitter, brown. What would you like? Camo?
Black.
Oh, Christ. Really?
Yeah, I quite like black. I don't mind camo. It's all right, but I like black.
I'd have to go purple, Adrian, on that.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'd go white, so
like
I can find
a veiny colour.
I'd take the control.
It looks like you've painted it in Tipex.
No, because I could take the control box off and the coil when I get older, and people think I'm blind. So, no, I'd probably have a pink one with glitter. No, brown one with glitter.
I mean, I do know a friend of mine who has painted or spray painted hers pink. Everything is pink. Her dais is pink. The coil, her shovel, everything is pink.
Really?
Yeah, Julie has been. Yeah, it's all pink.
And where does she come from?
I'm not sure, but she's in one of the groups that I'm in.
Has she got white stilettos?
No, she's not Essex. She's northern somewhere, but I don't know where. But she's everything she's got is pink. Her shoes she wears is pink. She wears pink clothes. Her dais is pink. Her shovel's pink.
Oh, good on her. Now this question is: what rocks your boat? Is it finding gold or something old?
Straight away old.
Yeah.
I want to find an enamelled brooch would be the highlights of my detector. Of course, I'd like to find a gold noble, but to actually be, heart-stopping, really chuff what I found, it would be. I like old artifacts. I really like old artifacts.
Adrian, I actually found something the other day.
I was going to. What are you drinking? Cooking oil?
Peach and passion fruit sparkling water.
Oh, okay. What did you detect? Sorry, I didn't ask.
I did on Sunday. I detected for a wee while, and I found a Victorian, lipstick thing that they put the lipstick in like a tube.
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Squished, but I found one.
Machine of choice.
Me.
What did you use? Yeah, what were you using?
Well, the Vanquish. The boy went out with the Vanquish with everybody else on a Saturday morning, sorry. And he absolutely loved going out. He didn't find a thing, but he absolutely loved. It was Shane, Steve, Ron, and Rick and TC, and he absolutely loved it being with them. I didn't see him for about 3 hours, and then I got a phone call. I had to drive about 2 miles to pick him up because he couldn't walk back. Kids. And I mean 2 miles. And then on a Saturday morning, he played with the Quest. You're going to have to give me tips on that, mate, because I cannot get my head around that machine. And I went out with the Vanquish and wouldn't let him touch the Vanquish. No, it's mine. There.
Adrian, before you move on, this is probably one of my ultimate favourite finds, which is a first, second century unique.
Whoa, a minute. Where are you at?
Mate.
There you are.
It is massive, and
it's still beautiful.
Yeah, there's nothing been found or recorded so far like it, and that is still one of my favourite finds. And that is, as I say, when you look at it next to my hand, it's really quite big, but there's just nothing like it. All these extra bits that are sort of over the top here, nothing has really been recorded like it so far. It still kind of remains unique. First, second century. Roman brooch. So that is still one of my absolute favourite things I've ever found, and obviously it's an artifact. So
that's really, really nice. That's really nice. Where thinking about it, if all three of you detect, where the hell do you put all your finds? because I struggle with my own.
We've got a nice collection. We don't sell anything. We just do it because we love the hobby. We don't anything that's any value. We pay the farmers to keep what we find. So the collection we've got is good now. We're getting a good old collection of things going, all in display trays. Costs us a fortune in display trays, and everything's in date order.
Really?
We've had it. That's Ace. She's got OCD.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. Well, that's Nick and Liam. OCD. Everything's in date order, and of course, if you find something there's no gap for, everything has to shunt along the tray.
Done.
We've had one of our viewers. He's wrote a comment which I'd like to read out. He's from Tennessee in the US of A. My friend, his name's Joe Rahuba, Jamaica. Ooh, sorry. My friend and I went exploring an old church after dark on our way home from having dinner in Tennessee. It was a winter evening and we had just got about 5 centimeters of snowfall. We left our wives in the car, walked past the graveyard on our way to check out the back of the property. We both at the same time noticed 2 graves with no snow. We looked at each other and quickly returned to the car. Our wives were puzzled and said we both looked like we'd seen a ghost. I went back the next day and the rest of the messages disappeared because it's a Facebook one. What was the rest of that story, please, Joe? Because
it was a freshly dug grave, so it would have had heat. Well, the coffin, it was
an old church, so it was an old graveyard.
Yeah, but you'd still get buried. Well, is he from America? Yeah,
yes,
he's from
Tennessee. I did say 3 times. Not Tennessee, Essex.
There is a Tennessee in Essex.
No, there's not.
No idea.
I don't know, but that's interesting, Joe. What's that got to do with metal detecting? Well, it's archaeology, history.
No. Scarier story.
Oh.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I've only just seen it because I can't see the screen, can I, when I've got the spin the wheel on?
No. That's interesting. Yeah. And then he went back the next day. We should have that as a competition. We could have. He went back the next day. I don't want to say what Rob Brandon will say, but he went back the next day and detected over it and found 2 live bodies and pulled them out and saved their lives. It could be that.
Rob Random straight away. Best place to have a body in a grave.
And he now married one of them, and he's had children since. That's probably what the story says. Well, it probably does.
One's called Adrian, and the other's called
David. Lance. Oh, shut
up. No, Lance and Andy.
Lance and Andy. Oh, God.
Good God, Adrian.
Oh, you're slow, Adrian. You just
I am slow tonight. What was I going to say? Dave.
Adrian.
Sorry, we shouldn't talk about this on air, but are you getting to Rodney Cook on Thursday, did you say?
Yes,
and you're doing the show on Thursday. So next week on the show, we've got random guests from Rodney Cook. Is that right?
So that'll be traders and manufacturers, etc., that are there. And obviously people involved in the Rodney Cook. I'm sure Gary might even come on if I ask him nicely.
Well, he goes to bed at 7, so
I'll ask Lisa to come on.
He'll be in his Spurs.
No. He'll have Spurs onesie on.
Yeah, he will. Spurs onesie again. But
when you put the head up, it's like the Teletubbies, but it's in the shape of a willy.
Well, he's got have you seen Gary's tent at Rodney Cook? It's like Arab's one. It's got all like blankets and rugs on the floor, and there's women all the way inside lined it, fanning him after he's been out detecting. I've seen pictures of it.
Peter L said, just get Cookie on that 3 hours killed.
Yeah, he's got a big bath there this year with milk in it, because he has to bath because of his skin. He baths in milk. So at the end of the and I think
he does it the Rodney Cook at home. He's got like a smaller sink version that he can lather himself in. But Rodney Cook, because of the hours that he pulls, he has to obviously bathe in it entirely.
Yeah. So Yeah,
Yak's
that's
milk.
milk.
Yak
Yeah.
milk.
Oh, was it rabbit? No, I think it's rabbit milk. Essex
Rabbit
rabbit milk. Yeah.
It won't be Essex, mate.
No, I think
Yeah,
he's bringing some
Don't
from
talk
Essex.
about Essex rabbit or rabbits.
Why?
No
Did something
comment.
happen?
No.
Oh, I know. I shouldn't know that. Yeah,
What's it got to do with them ladies with the white stilettos again?
there's a lot of rampant
Probably.
ones. A lot of
Are they
rampant
rampant?
ones. Yeah.
Just the word rabbit.
Pete said it's not milk that he bathes in, Adrian.
Oh, well, it looked like milk.
And this is Pete Terrell bringing the show down tonight, not us.
Oh,
Pete
he has his
Terrell.
own person. Oh,
There's
he has his
always
own...
one that's got to lower the tone, and it's going to be Pete.
Yeah, he's not milk.
He'll be in his Spurs onesie as well.
He will be.
Cuddling Gary, crying at Spurs' losses.
Gary said he's got his own jacuzzi as well. I know he's got, because he gets in the milk and then he goes in the jacuzzi to bath it off. And then he has, do you know Steve Newman, Julie?
He oils him up, doesn't he?
He dries him with towel. He's got, well, it's more like flannel. He dries him.
And he wears his Centurion's helmet to do it.
He wears his Centurion's helmet, his Ugg boots, and he's naked because he gets really hot when he does it. So, yeah. There's going to be all those characters there next weekend. So,
Steve Newman's a good one. He was the one that was sound asleep snoring on the field, and I went over just to check he was alive because he was just flat out on the last Rodney Cook one. I was actually going to wake him up by running my detector over him and pinpointing his big old chunky necklace, but I thought I better not because he might not like it. But he was breathing. He's a good one. Steve Newman's a good guy.
He donated money to Rodney Cook this year as well, so it's all good for him. So, yes.
Donated the bunny to Rodney Cook?
Yes.
What
No,
type of
money.
I thought you meant the bunny to milk.
No. Well, he does milk the rabbits. I think,
Gary.
yeah, he has a bit of trouble finding the right ones, but yeah, he milks the rabbits.
Does he milk the male rabbits?
But no, not anymore. He knows now, not that they're not the right ones, but yeah.
Because we don't want to get that on Gary's skin, do we? You see what happened last time.
Yeah.
It was like a veritable bukkake fest.
Oh, Dave. Oh, God, this show's it's crazy tonight.
Julie,
anyway,
it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you properly tonight and speaking to you, and look forward to seeing you next week if you still want to come and say hello.
Of course. If you spot me first, come and say hello, and because I'm crap.
I won't want to have my glasses on because I'm dead vain. I just don't like wearing my glasses, so I don't see people. I just wave. Someone was waving me the other day at work. I ain't got a clue who it was.
Yeah,
probably
I do that though.
Yeah, I'm not great remembering people. I must admit.
I'm a lot easier to spot than you men. You know what I mean? So you can, if you see me, give me a wave.
Not. It's about 4 fat people there, and I'm one of them.
In a dress. But yes.
Kaftan.
Oh, sorry, kaftan. Yeah, I might wear a cummerbund Saturday night, but I'm not sure. Anyway.
So Gary says next week we'll be live broadcasting from the milk-filled Rodney Cook Memorial Jacuzzi.
Sorted, Gary. We'll be there.
I'll bring me Speedos, me matching Speedos, Gary.
Budgie smugglers.
Actually,
have you not seen Gary's picture?
Yeah.
Not sure.
Just stay there. Just stay there for a moment.
He's wearing these at detectable.
And that's Steve Newman in the background detecting.
Yeah. Yeah, Gary. The thing that annoys me about that photo, he's got right at the front near the crutch RCM logo, because he got them made. I think Steve Newman made them for him actually. They're knitted. I think they're very fine wool. Those Speedos, but I think Gary will wear them.
Angora wool.
Yeah, but the back of it is like a thong back, like that. So with the RCM logo. As well. Yeah.
Apparently, when he's really heavy rain, he goes out detecting in them as well. So you were very lucky that day, I think. Anyway, Don't forget next week, if you are coming to the Rodney Cook, please come and say hello to us, or throw things, or bring cake, obviously.
Or red wine or beer.
Or red wine or beer. Well, no, not so much red wine.
Stella.
We don't like Stella. It's wife beater.
I do. No, it's not.
It's chemically and horrible.
Or red wine.
Nice northern beer.
That uses water from Essex.
Don't forget to come and visit. Don't forget to say hello. Unfortunately, I'm unable to get reception, which we should. Gary's promised me. If I'm unable to, Adrian will be here. And it'll just be Adrian, I think. What we'll do next week, we'll actually, we've got a chap coming on in a few weeks who's wrote a book called The Accidental Detectorist. We'll just get Adrian to fill the show reading the book out.
I'll tell you what, that book is going to be
Spanish.
a massive, big seller in our community. I can feel it. So he's a proper writer, unlike
Nigel Andrew, I think his name is, top of my head. Accidental Detectorist. Have a look on Amazon for that, and we will have him on the show in a few weeks.
It's going to be launched, I think. Sorry, Dave. Next week, next Wednesday, I think, the book.
I think it says, yes. And we've already got the pre-copy, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. John Morris. Night all, keep taking tablets. Jerry.
Oh my God, have you read what Rob Random's put? Cake flavoured rum incoming.
Oh God.
Or
cake flavoured rum.
Cake.
Oh, dear.
Rum flavoured cake, cake flavoured rum. Yeah. Have a great week, everybody. Have a good week, Jake digging, and hope to see you all at the Rodney Cook next week. Julie, thank you very much. It's been great meeting you. Before we go, where can people find your channel on YouTube?
Argent Detectorist.
Nice and simple.
And
right,
good luck to everyone at Joan Allen, this weekend. Down our way, Dave, our way.
Yeah, good luck everybody on Joan Allen.
Yeah, enjoy that. That'll probably be 5 hours from mine. Good night, everyone.
Cheers. Thanks, Jim.